All right, very easy. I just split that, and we're moving right forward, and we'll do it that way. Don't often do things the same. I try to keep things changed up a little bit. I just want to make this mention as we look at the centerpiece, which I'll do last, which are two extremely nice hammerstones. Solid pieces, a solid 3 to 4 weeks of collecting. Just staggers me. Some solid points here and artifacts. Looking at hide scrapers and what have you. So part two of a moving day that needs to be had. There's a lot of things going on. I share a lot of political interest links, as all of you know. I have for months before the last presidential election. It was just necessary. I saw there was so much fake disinformation, and I mean fake. If you don't believe me, go back before 2016, take a look at all the presidential polls. Listen to every single report given by the mainstream news media about how the election was going to go, and then tell me that you do not believe they lie and try to propagandize and socially condition the way you're supposed to respond. That should be the foundation of everything concerning, at least for me, concerning me moving away, moving to understand the truth of everything happening. Couple really great pieces here on Indian Trace. And that's all I'm going to say about that, but I do share a lot of links, and please hand share them. Copy, paste them into your comments to other people if you like them, if they change the way that you think, if they reinforce something you've already believed, which is most of the time with me, in terms of the way our politics work or should work, or I should say, were designed to work according to the Constitution of the United States of America, which is really the foundation. You know, I was thinking the other day when I was walking, as we look at these points and divide them out, that it is not about the United States of America. From the beginning, never having human beings, men or women, making mistakes, hurting people, not serving people right in terms of the way the government worked. It was never about that. It was about the conception of freedom, which no other nation holds. The conception of freedom of speech, of freedom of religion, of freedom. Not that the United States hasn't hurt people, or people don't get hurt. It was about the conception of freedom, period. That's what makes America awesome and great. It's concepts. It's what we strive for. It's not that we don't make mistakes, because we all do. I love this point right here. But I've known since I found it that it belongs in someone's collection. So that goes over there with those. I'm going to try to keep this thing moving forward. That was not as loud as it sounded. Look at the colors. Here's a great point from the jump off. Very interesting. It's a very solid, for sure, strong piece of quartz. So, with all that I just said, which is a mouthful about the freedom that we enjoy. Now, you enjoy it whether you want to admit it or not. Now, fighting for it's a different story. When I taught history in high school, every day the kids came in, I was teaching U.S. history, I had a bumper sticker that said, "I'll fight for freedom." And I asked them, I said, "What does that bumper sticker say?" It's a nice point, isn't it? I'm going to leave that over on the left for right now. I just simply asked them, "What does that bumper sticker say?" And they would read it, and they'd say, "It says, 'I'll fight for freedom.'" And I said, "Yep, it sure does, and you can bet your money that you will." And that was about 15 years, 17 years ago to 15 years ago. And indeed, every day we live, it seems now even more amplified. Look at this scraper. We are in the fight for our freedom. If you don't believe me, just ask yourself why mainstream media, as well as huge tech industries that help us with our communication, even the communication of this video, are on purpose restricting my free speech, others' free speech, and censoring them in the United States of America so that they can't speak or share their opinions freely. Oh my God, if you don't think we're fighting for freedom. Great scrapers right there, love those. Love those. I have tons of stuff. I have other scrapers and what have you. If you're really interested in love scrapers, this is going in my Heartbreakers vase. I knew that before I stepped off the dirt in the jump off the other day. I think they began to maybe resharpen the tip, or it just got broken from both sides. I'm not positive, but the material is unique, size and shape's unique, so it'll go in my Heartbreakers vase if I have a piece I really like, such as that. And that's a great piece. It's nice, isn't it? So I'm going to stop talking about politics. I could all day. It's very interesting to me. I know it is the heart and soul of the future of my children, so it's important. Now, but back to North Carolina artifact collections. All of these groups are up here for a certain reason. And most of the time with the moving day, these are pieces I put in a little box that I was really seriously thinking about putting in my display collection. This great Marl Mountain in Rhyolite, and it's going to go over there. I will leave these that you're looking at aside for just a short period of time. So if you step up and say, I really want those, I really want for a certain reason, they will be available. Before that or something else happens where I move to bid them off or just move them forward or do something else with them, because I got to keep this stuff moving. This is a great piece, another Marl Mountain, found at Crystal Beach. And I have trained myself to try to make available and give away things that I value the most, which is difficult a lot, because there's a lot of these points right here that I, at this point today, as well as scrapers, I don't want to give away. I try to press myself to be generous to do it. For example, this is a great point. It's a piece of quartz. You don't find quartz out there that much, I know, in different places. I will move it over here to that pile with those artifacts. We can strike up a deal if you send an email and say, I really like those artifacts. I'm just going to trade it for that Marl Mountain, which is very common to me, more so than the quartz. And we'll move forward. I have learned, and I've learned through reading a lot about the historic period, North American Indian, that includes 1700 and up, 1650, 1680, 1700 and up, which is not where these artifacts come from, everybody. Not at all. These were suited for the Atlatl, especially these Guilford Yumas. So as I finish with these two Guilford Yumas and move them over to my left, you knew I had to keep them. Those of you who know Indian trace know my propensity for Guilford Yumas. Love them. I do find quite a few that I'm able to share or to give. But if I can, I'm usually out there looking for a really perfect piece or what have you. And I just gave a big Guilford Yuma away. I'm sending it on to an address in California with another huge pack. I just decided to do that sort of pro bono to somebody who is really making an effort out there, not just in this country, but in others. And I'll leave it at that. If we do a little digital backtracking, you'll be able to find out the individual I'm talking about. But I think it's important for us also to do work for humanity in other countries. Let's move forward. We'll finish up the group and see what I have to be able to make available to somebody. Appreciate you tuning in. Great artifacts. I'm very humbled.